Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've made a proper video, video, but since I just hit 6,000 subscribers, I figure I might as well do that. So when I hit that landmark, I set up a poll on the Discord and on the YouTube channel and asked people what would be a good way to commemorate hitting 6,000 subscribers. And the most popular request, by a decent margin, was bringing back the Ignition roleplay map. The map that I said I was officially discontinuing and abandoning a while back, with that weird playthrough video that I made. So it's not impossible to do this. I do have a plan. I'm just going to kind of walk through what I plan on doing here. So as you can see, I've separated the four composite maps, the realms, into their own separate little files here. You've got the Storm Realm, the Swamp, the Cavern, and the Lava Realms. All of the realms that are in the Ignition map. I'm just going to go through, straighten out any like wayward bits of track, make sure that they're like aesthetically optimized. At this point in time, I have a much better grasp of the distance level editor than I did when I started out on this project, which was now a good 2.5 years ago, right about. So a lot has changed since then, and there are a lot of new features and new objects and new settings that I didn't know about when I made this map that I will have access to now. So if and when I actually do end up carrying this thing all the way through and remaking it, it'll be a lot nicer. So the other thing is that with all of the optimizations I know how to do, it also takes an enormous amount of time to be able to put everything back together, because I'm effectively just editing and polishing this entire piece and then recreating it, because the actual map, the actual file itself, I can't really work on and save without my machine crashing. There's just too much data being loaded into memory, so stuff like this can get corrected. Hyperpods can be rebuilt. I can reduce the impact of all of these particles, maybe just kind of refine it a little bit, and just the end product will be much nicer. And of course, I wouldn't be creating a video like this if I weren't asking for something. So the way I'm going to work on this project is going to be kind of a goal-based thing. I'm going to try and get at least a half hour of work in every 3 days until it's finished, with no Patreon subscribers. However, given that that might take a while, if you want to support me, and I would really love more monetary inflow, then you can become a member on my Patreon, get access to development reports, updates, just chat about things that you want me to do. After this project is completed, what I'm going to end up doing is switching my focus based on polls from the Patreon. So say you're a member at $5 or $10 a month, you get access to a monthly poll that I put out with subjects and projects that you can vote on. You can, for example, say that you want a modeling project done. If that gets the most votes, then that's where I focus my time. And those are what the development updates are going to be about, and that's what ends up getting done. Because at this point, it's not so much like that I lack the technical ability, it's that I lack the time, or that I lack the motivation. However, Patreon subscribers would give me more time and motivation. So the timeline to do work on this, I'm thinking, will increase in frequency the more Patreon subscribers I get. So for example, once I hit 5, I'll increase that to an hour every 3 days instead of a half hour. Once I hit 10, I'll increase it to an hour every 2 days, you know? And then more and more work will be done on this project, and it will be completed faster and faster, and you'll get more development updates the more support I get. But at this point, I just don't feel comfortable gambling all of my time and effort for a project that's this big in scale without some way to measure if what I'm doing is like appreciated, if it's important. One of the first things I'm going to be doing, and I'll just kind of show you my process here, is adding different road underlays. So you probably saw a screenshot I posted on my Discord with the Accelerator's track texture, and it's an easy thing to do. It just takes time. Effectively, I have to duplicate the entire road, change the road type, and then offset the road very, very carefully. And then copy the road textures, enable additive transparency, make sure that everything lines up. Not that hard to do, but there's just a lot of it. And so given that a project like this will take a good amount of time, Patreon subscribers would really help. Or if you want to become a channel member, that also gives you access to exclusive content, stuff that I won't be publishing for the rest of my channel, development updates effectively for this project and in the future hopefully others. I haven't had a whole lot of time to commit to creative projects in this vein because I have been committing a lot of my free time recently to learning how to use 3D modeling software like Blender. I've signed up for coursework that I am trying to go through to help me become more professional in my capacity to use softwares like these. So hopefully something fun will come out of that, maybe some nice car models or renders, and giving away some stuff like that to the community as a reward for its support. But you know, only time will tell. So thank you for watching. I know this is kind of rambling. I didn't really have a script for it. At least it's a good mic, you know, not like my headset mic anymore. So at least you can sort of understand me. I also apologize for if I sound weird. I've had a cold for a little while. It just seems I just keep getting sick, but I still feel pretty good. So yeah. If you have any suggestions, or if you think I'm being pretentious or, you know, asking too much, let me know in the comments. There's really no good way to get feedback on this other than just publishing a video, just kind of outlining my strategy. And once it's finished, I'm just going to update it on the Steam Workshop so anybody who wants to can play it. That's the nice thing about this. I hope to just kind of take a crowdfunding approach where these things get the funding and the love and care they need to become a reality, but once that happens, they're available to everyone. I'm a big believer in like open source kind of donation-based, you know, projects and stuff like that. So so yeah, if you want to see how that turns out, just stick around, I guess. And as is my style, I'm just going to go ahead and abruptly end this video without any sort of closing statement. Bye.